In a world where we all crave convenience and easy access, picture this. You walk into your local store, shopping list ready, all set to do the routine yet important task of stocking up on everyday goods. You imagine the shelves filled with your favorite stuff, and the price tags telling you that everything is reasonably priced. But, alas, the reality that greets you is far from expectations. As the chilling winds of winter approach, a different kind of storm is brewing in America, one that isn't deterred by weather forecasts or predictions. This is the storm of supply chain disruptions, an unforeseen tempest that has swept through our lives, leaving in its wake a landscape of empty shelves and soaring price tags. Yes, you guessed it. Welcome to the unsettling realm of product scarcity and rising prices. Artisanal cheese. Artisanal cheese, once a cherished feature in the dairy sections of American stores, is now vanishing from the shelves, leaving cheese platters incomplete. Weather-related issues, such as droughts and heavier than normal rainfalls, have disrupted pastures and forage for cows, making it challenging for dairy farmers to maintain healthy herds. These disturbances ultimately affect the availability of high-quality milk required for artisanal cheese production. From taking care of the cows to the cheese-making process, the decreased number of skilled workers can result in lower production and, at times, the failure to meet the requirements. Cheese has grown in popularity over the years, with more consumers seeking unique and high-quality options. The surge in need has put additional pressure on producers to meet the market's needs, which constrain their capacity. Consumers' increasing interest in sustainable and locally sourced products has made them more selective about the cheeses they purchase. The producers may face competition from larger brands that have adapted to this trend, impacting their market share. Quinoa. South America was the largest region in the quinoa market in 2022. The regions covered in its market report are Asia Pacific, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, North America, South America, Middle East, and Africa. People are preferring quinoa as it is high in fiber, gluten-free, and contains all the essential amino acids. The rise in quinoa's market price led to an increase in the production of the crop, as farmers saw it as an economic opportunity. Under the rising global demand for it, farmers face pressures from different sides, increasing their farming to accommodate for a growing international market while safeguarding traditional knowledge, preserving biodiversity, meeting household needs, and making a profit. Many farmers turn to monocropping to gain more profit. The change in land use threatens the genetic diversity of quinoa, which is ultimately leading to its shortage. The shortage has been caused by a number of factors, including bad weather in quinoa growing regions, a growing need for the grain, and a decrease in cultivation. This has led to higher prices for it and a decrease in the availability of the grain. Maple syrup. Although Vermont is one of the most iconic producers of maple syrup worldwide, the Green Mountain State is experiencing a maple syrup shortage. There are a myriad of factors at play to cause its shortage, with weather being one of them. An invasive worm species from Asia, called the jumping worm, has been wreaking havoc across North America over the last several years. Through their chaotic thrashing movements, they kill a variety of vegetation, sugar maples in particular. Snowless winters can stunt maple tree growth sometimes. It can be up to 40%. And since there is 0.19% less snow each year, snow coverage will likely continue to decline in coming years. Additionally, maple trees have trouble adjusting to inconsistent snowpack. Mushrooms. Driven by increased interest in meat alternatives and unique health benefits, the mushroom industry has boomed in recent years. Its global market reached a value of $45.8 billion in 2020 and is expected to reach more than $63 billion by 2027. But despite increased buzz, supply chain challenges make it increasingly difficult for farmers to ship enough product to turn a profit. Mushrooms need about 6 to 12 weeks to grow, and this includes producing compost and preparing planting beds so that the area can support up to 3 harvests. Producers are also struggling to get the right kind of compost to grow mushrooms. In addition to compost materials, its farming relies on a steady supply of peat moss. Called a casing layer, it is mixed with limestone and water before it is placed on a colonized substrate. Peat moss shortfalls have been widespread, with prices increasing over 80%, resulting in its scarcity. Beyond the difficulty acquiring raw materials, absence of adequate numbers of laborers has plagued this industry in recent years. Honey. The American honey shortage is due to record losses for hive keepers. Last winter, beekeepers across the country faced average losses of nearly 45%, with some bee farms seeing losses as high as 90%. Decline in bee populations, often due to factors like colony collapse disorder and habitat loss, can result in reduced honey production. If we lose a lot of these colonies over the winter, it means there's fewer of them available to pollinate those crops early on in the spring. And this particularly affects the very early blooming crops because it means that the bees are needed before beekeepers are able to replenish the numbers that will be lost over the winter. Extra virgin olive oil. Whether you make your own salad dressing, dip bread, or enjoy pasta, olive oil is liquid gold. Many of us probably can't get through a week or even a day without consuming it. Unfortunately, ongoing supply chain issues combined with killer bacteria are leading to an olive oil shortage in American stores. The changing climate is absolutely going to result in the volatility of olive production. With uncertain temperature patterns and weather events increasing in intensity, olive crops aren't facing the same predictable environments that we built infrastructure and businesses around. The bacteria, which can be spread by sap-sucking insects, was first detected in Puglia, Italy in 2010, but it wasn't until 2013 that scientists were able to actually identify it. Sadly, the bacteria has since spread to other parts of the world. Xylella is said to originate from an imported ornamental plant and is responsible for infecting at least 1/3 of the 60 million olive trees in America, ultimately causing olive oil scarcity. Garlic. Running out of garlic can be considered to be a true kitchen emergency. To not have garlic at home is unthinkable for many home cooks, which is one reason why you can't find any garlic at many supermarkets, as they are picked up from stores very quickly, particularly in California. While some American farms continue to do everything they can to ensure they harvest enough of it domestically to meet the requirements for the fall season, external factors like harsh weather may still create problems for the garlic supply chain, particularly producers on the West Coast. A significant portion of this product consumed in the United States is imported from China. Chinese garlic, often referred to as white garlic, is known for its lower production costs. However, this heavy dependence on imports can create vulnerabilities in the supply chain, especially when external factors affect the availability of Chinese garlic. Agriculture, including garlic farming, has faced labor shortfalls in recent years. The availability of skilled labor to plant, cultivate, and harvest this item can affect production levels. Canned tuna. While canned tuna is in high demand and disappearing quickly from store shelves, a supply gap is on the horizon. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, global demand for frozen tuna raw material and end products weakened during the first half of 2023, along with lower catches in the Pacific. Its prices reached a 5-year high level, which impacted exports of canned and processed tuna from various countries. Increased craving of it has done wonders for wholesale prices, which have risen by as much as 41% from a year earlier. It is a widely consumed fish, and some species are overfished, leading to stricter rules and limits on its fishing. These restrictions can limit the availability of certain types of tuna, affecting canned tuna production. The supply of specific species of this fish used in canned products may be limited due to environmental and sustainability concerns. The disrupted global supply chains, causing delays in the manufacturing and distribution of it, is leading towards its shortage in American stores. Coffee. Sipping your morning brew, the aroma of freshly ground beans filling the air, is a ritual cherished by millions. But what if that comforting cup of coffee became an increasingly rare and precious commodity? Coffee consumption is rising globally, with growing demand in emerging markets. As more people around the world enjoy it, the overall demand for coffee beans increases, placing pressure on the global supply. Its crops are vulnerable to various pests and diseases. Outbreaks of pests like the coffee borer beetle and diseases like coffee leaf rust can devastate its plants, leading to reduced harvests. This is resulting in the disappearance of this product from the shelves of American stores. According to a Bloomberg report, a limited availability of Robusta beans is making it increasingly difficult to find budget-friendly coffee in the United States. Robusta are normally less expensive than Arabica beans because the tree is harder and requires less care, making it easier to produce in large quantities. Key growers are finding it difficult to keep up with the surge in demand, with wholesale prices hitting the highest level in nearly 12 years. Pasta. Pasta has long been a beloved staple food for families across America. Generations have grown up with pasta playing a central role in cherished recipes and mealtime traditions. But now, a combination of factors has led to critical short supply of semolina flour, the key ingredient in pasta. As supplies dwindle, even the most popular pasta brands face potential discontinuation if the crisis continues. Droughts, higher fertilizer costs, and supply chain problems have caused the price of durum wheat used in pasta to skyrocket. Companies are struggling to obtain affordable wheat. Transportation bottlenecks, worker shortages, and energy cost spikes have made sourcing affordable durum wheat and distributing pasta exceptionally challenging. With limited flour supplies, Pasta brands have had no choice but to cut production runs. Now store shelves sit empty as demand outpaces what manufacturers can produce. The distressing pasta shortage gripping the nation has immense cultural and culinary consequences. Comment down below on what you think, and leave a like if you find value in the content we do on this channel. Hit the subscribe button for all the latest updates, and we'll see you in the next video.